Hey everybody, welcome back to the Brickanista Broadcast Network. And wow, what an exciting couple of days since Friday. As many of you know, I watch Tricky Lug all the time, and on Friday they had their review of all of the different um, mocks that people had put in for the celebration. And I was really excited. I put together my mock. It's on my Instagram account, and maybe later I'll bring it up here on a window. But what was really amazing is that they also reached 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. And by doing that, they gave away a lot of prizes, and the big one was the Monkey Kid Warrior Mech. And I was so lucky because I ended up getting one of the prizes too. they had about 6 or 7 prizes that they were giving away, and they pulled my number. So I'll be getting a little prize package from Tricky Bricks in the coming weeks. I'll be sure to open it here on my YouTube stream. And if you're not following them already, that's definitely a group that you want to check out. In fact, I always have to do this. They make me sign into a separate browser. But check out Tricky Bricks on YouTube. So youtube.com/trickybricks. So anyway, I'm really thrilled because today I'm going to do something a little bit different, because I usually do mocks on Mondays on my Twitch stream. And I was thinking about it. On Thursday, I built the frozen ice castle. And I was thinking about it some more, and I said, you know what I need to do is I need to probably do some mocks here as well. And I belong to a variety of different organizations, and I recently joined a German organization called 1000steine.de. And I'll put that in the chat too. So if you want to check them out, 1000steine.de is an RLOC, or registered, I'll put this in the chat, registered Lego online community. And they're based in Germany. And you're probably going, so Brickanista, why did you join a German RLOC? And it came about a couple weeks ago, because for some of you who know, I belong to a group called Sortlug. And Sortlug has a variety of people from all over the world who join in. It started out of BrickCon. So BrickCon was in October of 2020. It was all virtual. And then one of the sessions, I think that was being led by Tom Alphin of the Brick Architect, he had a discussion about sorting. And there were so many people who were part of that sorting call that they wanted to continue the conversation. And Jen Canvin, I think she's the brick chick up in Vancouver, or the Vancouver area. And she said, I'll host one of these on Zoom. And she started hosting them roughly around the end of October. So it's been, what, 3 or 4 months now that she's been doing this. And I've only recently started attending. And I tend to attend late at night. And the last couple of times, this session goes from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. Pacific. And the last couple times I stayed all the way to the very end. I only join in maybe around, I don't know, 11 p.m., midnight, somewhere around there, and then I join in. I stay till the end. But during one of these Sortlug calls, one of the other members of Sort Lug said, look, I don't belong to a lug right now because I'm not that close to one. I'm kind of out in the boonies and there really isn't a Lego user group. And one of the members in Sort Lug said, oh, you should join my group. It's a registered Lego online community, but everything's in German. So I think, I don't know, 5 or 6 of us all decided to join this thousandsteine.de site. And I was looking at it and I said, this is really cool. They give you a little bit of space on their server so you can put your MOCs up there. I haven't started uploading mine. But the other thing that was super cool, I was looking at their website and they have a contest going on right now for something called D-Mouse. And you probably saw the title of this particular stream. It's Die Maus wird 50, or the mouse turns 50. And I started doing some research because it's an adorable little brown mouse and a little baby elephant, like a little purple elephant and a duck that are all like the characters that are part of this cartoon. So I started doing some YouTube searches and I watched a couple episodes and I said, this is so adorable. This little, I love the fact that they don't really have dialogue. So in other words, the mouse, the way he communicates is he blinks his eyes. And when he blinks his eyes, they give this little ding ding kind of sound. The elephant just does these little blurts of its horn, like I know that's terrible, but anyway, the elephant does that kind of blurting sound, and then the duck does like a whack whack, and you see these characters interacting with each other, and it's so endearing because it talks about friendship, helping each other out, being kind to each other. And I said, this is really cool. And I was talking to a couple other people who are part of Tricky Lug, which is with Richard Board and Flynn DeMarco. When I started this session today, I was talking about the Tricky Bricks group. And one of the members is from the Netherlands. And he was telling me that he grew up with this mouse character all the time on television. So I said, you know what? I'm going to be a member of this group. I mentioned a couple weeks ago that I joined this group and I bought the t-shirt. I bought an Lego Steine magnet for my car. And so now I'm going to submit a MOC. And I've been playing around with these backdrops for Photoshop, or for Zoom rather, and then using Photoshop. So I found this graphic, or I found a couple different ones that I wanted to try out. So the one I wanted to try out today is a spaceship, which is actually perfect because we're also talking about a spaceship MOC that we should be developing for the Lego contest ideas. But that's not what I plan to do today. Today I plan to work on another mosaic, and I've picked up a couple pieces that I think will work with this drawing. So that's kind of the plan today. But yeah, I'm excited about this. In fact, let me see if I can pull up my main screen and I can show you what I'm talking about. So hold on a minute because this graphic is so small. I'm trying to share my Photoshop screen. In fact, I'll do that first because that might be kind of cool to see. Okay, so here we go. All right, so what you see here is a screenshot from the cartoon Die Maus, which runs on, I think, what is it, WGN, one of the German networks over there. And I was looking at it, and this one particularly, I looked at it, and first of all, it's a spaceship, which is awesome, right? Spaceships are always fun. And I looked at the color palette, and I was thinking about what pieces I have in my collection that might actually work for this. And it's kind of a dark blue backdrop, but I'm thinking maybe blue or black, or maybe even a combination of the two could work. And I love how it has a combination of stars and little lights too that we can use. So this is what I'm going to use as my reference photo while I'm building this. And the other cool thing that I thought about when looking at this is if I make the elements kind of layered, So in other words, I make the spaceship one layer and make that a separate mosaic. I make the comets a different mosaic. Then you can animate those separately. So I thought what would be kind of fun is to make this mosaic as an 18-inch tall, or I shouldn't say 18-inch, 18 studs. So remember, I did this on one of my streams. Whoa, look at that glare. So on one of my streams, I took a 32 by 32 base plate. And instead of 32 by 32, we're going to make this 32 by 18. And the reason for that is you want a 16 by 9 ratio. Because when you're looking at a video, you want the 16 wide versus 9 as far as your ratio. So this is perfect because a base plate is 32 by 32. Keep the 32 and then count down 18. And then that's what is your palette. And that's what you start with. So I thought that would be probably the best thing to do today is I'm going to set up the framework, probably work on the backdrop, maybe on a couple comets, maybe get through a portion of also the spaceship, because I'm looking at the spaceship. What's nice about it in this photo is that it is red. Now the only problem with this particular photo is the mouse is super small. I mean, you only see his face. And I know that, I don't know if I can make this bigger or not. You know what I might try? Let me go into Photoshop and see if I can make it bigger there. Because if I can make it bigger here, then you'll be able to see the mouse, which is here. Let's see, we want to zoom in. Let's zoom in 200% first. Let me see if you can see this. Oops. Yeah. I'm going to move this over just a little bit, and let me see how it looks in the main screen. Yeah, there we go. That looks pretty good. Okay, so this little, like I said, this was almost going to be like a little mosaic on top of the big mosaic. So we would be looking at different layers. And I think that if you look at the face of the mouse here, that mouse, first of all, it's so adorable, right? That's a cute little mouse. And in this case, the mouse doesn't have to be that large, but this would be more fun for the backdrop. But I think in this case, I think you can submit a couple different MOCs for this particular D-Mouse, Veered 50 or Veered 50. In fact, I should probably write that down so people know what I'm trying to say. Is that, okay, why is this? Okay, I gotta go back to the web browser. This drives me crazy. It's like, I wish everything was just integrated into one interface because that would make life so much easier. Okay, let's see. We want to do D-Mouse Beard Thumbsish. Okay, so this tausendsteine.de has this competition going on right now for its members. And I'm going to create, I think, a couple different ideas for D-Mouse Veered 50, because I don't think it's due until the 15th of March, so there's a lot of time. And that's the other thing I found is that if you plan your MOCs early enough, then if you need to buy a part or if there's some other brainstorm you still have time instead of being rushed. I know we did a lot of things with the daily brick limit, and the daily brick limit, it was like every day we were building a MOC, and that could be challenging in and of itself. You know? And you really have to look at what you have in your collection. But what's nice when you have a little bit of time is that you can put together these pretty awesome MOCs just because you can start ordering things and putting things together. So just looking at this spaceship, one of the things that I did is I grabbed some of these yellow tubes, and I'll put this on the overhead cam in just a second. But these tubes came from my Pirates of Barracuda Bay ship. And you notice that there's two rounded curves in yellow on this. So these will be perfect for that. And these are legit Lego pieces. So I think I'm still debating about whether to make the backdrop blue or black, or maybe I do a little bit of both so it has kind of a shading effect. So anyway, I'm hoping some people are gonna, hang in with me and then give me some feedback, because that would be nice. Okay, so let's go back to, in fact, let me see if I can pull up the Deutsches. Actually, I probably shouldn't do that because you have to log in as a member, so I'm not going to do that. But let's just say, just trust me on this, there is a competition with regard to this mouse, and I just think that this thing is adorable. So I'm going to go back and zoom out on this before I make that window a little bit smaller. So let's go to 100%. Oops. I keep forgetting I have to hold the space bar to move this over. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I just need to hide that because I'm just using it as a reference photo right now. Yeah, I think that'll be good. So WDR is the group that, and like I said, I just took a snapshot of the cartoon because I thought this would be something that I might want to do. In fact, let me see if I can open another one just to kind of give you a sense of some of the, because the only problem with this photo is that it doesn't have the dog, or not the dog, the the elephant in there. And the elephant is hilarious. Oh my God. I was I was laughing so much when I saw this elephant. Okay, let me see if this crosswalk one might have all three characters. Okay, let me open this one too. Okay, this one's good because it has all three characters. And I also thought this would be fun because this has something like a crosswalk, like a base plate that you can use. And I thought I have a couple, but I just don't have the right one to put in here. But what's funny about this is that the mouse is trying to cross the road and the duck and the elephant are driving back and forth. And the mouse figures out, oh, okay, I'll just take a piece of the fence and make a crosswalk. Then they have to stop for him. So I thought this was a really cute one too. And I love the colors here. And this one would be very different because I would probably start with a road base plate to work on this. And I do have a couple, so I'm thinking this would be fun because it has all three characters in it, and the mouse is prominent in the middle. And I think you could use the road plates as kind of a basis, so that's another reason. I'm going to leave that one up too, just to kind of give us something to think about. But at least for today, I thought the spaceship might be kind of fun to work on. But before I do that, let me just take a look in the chat. Brickman Mosaic Art, perfect! I'm so glad you're here. Okay, all right. So I want to share with you two different photos. So the one that you're seeing right now is the mouse spaceship. And this is a cartoon that's in Germany called Die Maus. And glad to hear here because I'm working on a mosaic today. You got me hooked. I'm so glad that you had me do that challenge for The Simpsons because now I'm trying to decide, and you're the perfect person to ask. So I've got a blue base plate. In fact, here, let me make this a little smaller, and then you can see my work area. But that's our reference photo as far as what we're doing. And let me just move this over a little bit, and then I'll just switch screens. Okay, here we go. All right. So here's my base plate. And I'm deciding on, I was thinking about going with blue, but you know, that blue is really dark. So the other option is I thought I'd go with the blue base plate, but put a lot of black tiles on the, or plates on the back. And then what I could do is sprinkle in some dark blue or maybe something else. And by the way, happy birthday, happy belated birthday. I wasn't able to get on your stream because I was on a phone call last night. I didn't get off this phone call until like 8:30, 9 o'clock. So I tried to jump on, but you were already stopped streaming by then. But anyway, so you can see I'm kind of laying down some black right now because I thought I could put some black down here, and I only have to go down to 18 studs down to make a backdrop. So I'm just counting right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Perfect. So I just have to go down. In fact, I know I'm out of frame here. Let me see if I can adjust the camera a little bit. There we go. So if I build this out in black first for the kind of the starry night, that's kind of my hunch, because this blue is a little too bright for the blue that's in the reference photo. So I was thinking if I go with black, and I think I have enough black. That's the other thing, is like, do you have enough in your collection to pull this off, I guess, is the other question. So that's what I was thinking about. So I don't know what your thoughts are, Brickman Mosaic, but I think that's probably what I'm going to do, is I'm thinking that black as the kind of the canvas, build up. In fact, I have these parts, which I think are super cool. These could be some of those comets that you see in that photo, like that big comet on the upper center. So I could put a couple of these comets in and then build like a little trail coming out from that comet. And this could also be kind of on a separate little plate. Like if I build this right, I can, like this one has an axle hole in the middle. So if I put an axle in the middle and put it onto like a reddish orange, like a 2x6 or something, and then build it up like a layer, and then build around it and shape it, I think that's kind of where I'm going with this. But it's an interesting challenge, and I think I'm going to go with the black. I think the black is at least that's what my hunch is telling me. I don't know. I guess it all depends too on what you have in your collection, right? That's what it all boils down to, is that if you have enough in your collection, that's what you go with. So it's going to be MOC Sunday today instead of MOC Monday, and I'm looking at this other MOC I had started, and it has some black base plates, so I think I'm going to steal these. So you can see sometimes you're working on a MOC and then you need something from that MOC. So it's kind of like, oops, okay. I didn't really use this for anything. This was like for a winter scene, and I went a completely different direction. So it's been on the fence right now as far as what I wanted to do. So I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take those, and I'm going to go ahead and set these down and start making a commitment here. We're going to go with the black. I think we're going to go with the black backdrop. And you know what I might do is that now that I'm really starting to consider mosaics and backdrops, is I might just have a couple that are already ready to go. Like now I have a red backdrop that I can use for things. This could be my black backdrop, and I could pick up a couple other things, but I'm starting to think the black is going to be more dramatic. So yeah, executive decision, decided we're going to go for it. we're going to do this. Actually, I should put these down here. Kind of make them all square. Yeah, I think, you know, the more I build out of my my wheelhouse or out of my comfort zone, I start to realize I get to be a better builder just by doing that, because it forces you to think about, okay, how would you do this? How would you do this differently? What are some other things you can do? You know, what other pieces do you have in your collection that you can, you know, build out? So thankfully, black is a pretty common color. In fact, I seem to remember I have a black bag of parts, and I might have a whole bunch of plates in here. In fact, I'm looking at this and I'm going, yeah, score. I got some plates in here. Some of them are not the kind I want though, but here's a couple long ones. I'm gonna just set those down lightly for now. It's kind of like I hit the mother load. I can start doing this with some of the plates that I have laying around. I did kind of go through my bigger plates before the stream. This is like one of the bags that needs sorting that I haven't completely gone through yet. So you can see this is kind of coming together just based on scrounging. And it's funny, I spend, you know, 4 or 5 hours a week on this sort lug call, and I do sort during the call, but it's almost like, how come this isn't, making progress? I still feel like I have so much more to sort. Now this might be interesting. I have this angle plate, and going back to the reference photo, you see how there's an angle there? Oh, Cowboy Cornado, hey, how are you? I'm glad you're here. I don't know if you can see the reference photo in the right above my head. Here, I'll make it bigger because I know you weren't here earlier. But this is this mouse that's part of a cartoon in Germany called Die Maus. And this German registered lock that I belong to, registered Lego online community, they're doing this competition of creating some sort of MOC based on this cartoon. So I looked at this specifically for two reasons. One is it's a space build, and we are talking about doing a 150 piece space build. So this will kind of get me in a space mindset. And then the other thing cool about this is that this could be animated, similar to what I did with the Tricky Bricks animation for the Year of the Ox. I figured I could take the ship and make it separately and have that floating through the panel, and the comets can be going the opposite direction. I think it'd be a lot of fun. So I'm looking at it from an animation point of view as well as the assignment, and this is that device. And let me see if I can pull up the other one, because this would be good to get your feedback, because there's another one which is a road, like a middle of the road. I thought it was showing, but it doesn't look like it was showing here. Okay, let me see if I can switch it. Let me see if I can switch it in Photoshop, because it shows in Photoshop on my desktop, because I'm looking at Photoshop right now, but for some reason it's not showing up here on here. Let me try one more thing. Let me see if I go to capture window, and we want to do the crosswalk one. Die Maus crosswalk. Oh, this isn't helping. I know it's seeing it. Okay. This is really weird, this program. Okay, well, I think I'm going to have to go with the spaceship. The other one that I have has like a daytime scene with a crosswalk, so I could use one of my city base plates. I was thinking about doing that, which I'm going to grab that. Because as I'm thinking out loud, what's nice about this is that this is already kind of pre-made already. And I just wish I could pull up. Let me see if I can do it another way. I'm going to try something. Let me see if I can, if I pull it up in another window on Google. Let me see if I can do it this way. We have the mouse crosswalk. Die Maus crosswalk. YouTube. Which folder is it? There we go. Okay. All right. Let's try this crosswalk. So anyway, if you're interested, you could see this cartoon on. And I'm just going to create a new window. And I'm going to do this instead. Okay. All right. Oops. Window capture 1. Okay. So let's see. We're going to open properties. Well, one thing is that I am learning this program more and more as I work through this. Okay, we want the crosswalk. Here we go. Okay, I think you can now, you can see this. Yeah, it's really big right now, but okay, that's image 2. We want this, there we go. Okay, there we go. See, that's pretty cool. So I'm thinking one way I can do this is I have another crosswalk too. So I have this base plate. I know you can't see me right now, so let me move that out of the way. Here, let's do this. So here are my two choices. I can do that spaceship, or I could do both. I mean, there's nothing to stop me from doing both, right? It's like I can. Okay, so if we look at this reference photo, and then if we look at my down camera, I think this one. Okay. There we go. That's probably a good shot. So here's my thought, is I also have these. And I could almost overlay these two to get kind of the crosswalk feel. The only problem is that this has the lines, this one doesn't. And I only have one of these. It's almost like I wish I had two, or I should just go with this. I think my gut is saying I should go with this if I do this scene and then just kind of make some of the crosswalk going across. So yeah, those are my choices right now. And I kind of like the spaceship one just because I think that it's going to get me in the mindset of space, but I also like the crosswalk. And I could do multiple MOCs for this competition. So this is with the German Arlock that I belong to now. At least I think I belong to them. They're probably thinking, what is this American woman in Seattle think she's doing? Why is she joining? I was like, look, I didn't just like decide I'm gonna pick some random lock in Germany and join it. You know, I was invited. So for the record, I and several others were invited, and I just happen to know just a little bit of German. So anyway, and then the other thing I was doing is I have this bag of just various pieces in black, and I was just digging through here seeing what I could put in onto this base plate, because this base plate I was going to cover in black up to the 18th stud. So I'm still kind of arranging, so I haven't secured everything down yet. And before you joined, Cornito, I was thinking about these angled plates, that these might be good for something, for that spaceship, that I might be able to put this, for example, I could do this. If I put these plates like this behind the spaceship and then attach the spaceship to it, and then this could set down on here, and then I could lift it up and use it for a variety of things. So yeah. Yeah, now that I know how to animate in Photoshop, I'm going to be dangerous. Just because, you know, I like animation in general. Actually, that looks pretty good. I'm going to secure that down. Yeah. Anyway, hope you are doing well. I know I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do for that space 150 piece build, because I figure, you know, I can do this. I think that's one thing I learned from the Daily Brick Limit Challenge, is that it's not that hard. I mean, we do 30 piece challenges all the time. So why couldn't we easily do a 150 piece one? Let's see. Why is this not fitting properly? It feels like it's warped. This. Okay, we're going to try this again. See if this thing will sit down properly. Okay, something is awry here. It feels like it keeps lifting up, as if something is blocking it, but I don't see anything. Okay, we're going to punt on this guy. And I think I have some 4x4s. In fact, I'm going to grab those. I'm pretty sure I have some 4x4s. I do. And I think this will finish this out. Okay, cool. Like I said, once I learned I could do animations, it changes everything now. Now I just think, wow, what else can I do as a backdrop that I can animate? And this one would be fun too. I'm gonna hide the crosswalk and go back to the spaceship. In fact, I can make the spaceship cover this window a little bit. Oops. Uh-oh. I hid myself. All right, why is that? Ah, okay. I'm gonna move that above. There we go. So you can kind of still see portions of the work area, but the reference photo is a little slightly bigger. Yeah, this really is bizarre about Photoshop. Why is Photoshop not showing the one that I wanted it to show? Okay, so I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. And move this over. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that looks good. So that I'm going to use that as my reference as far as, and I mentioned, I don't know if you were here when I mentioned that, but I have these yellow curved pieces from my Pirates of Barracuda Bay ship. So I'm thinking for that spaceship, being able to curve it would be awesome. Same thing with this. So there's one around the top where the bubble is, and then the mouse's face is showing. And then the bottom one just kind of goes around the ship. Now these might be a little tall. I don't know. I'm still on the fence if I'm going to use these. I don't think I have the bendable rods that are, these have kind of almost like an axle to them, but I'm gonna roll with this for now. It's like, this is my MOC. I can make it whatever I want. The other cool thing I have here are these that are left over from another MOC. So I thought these would make a really good counterpoint for some of the, what is it, the comets? Yeah, so it might have to be really dramatic. I might have to put the comets over here. I have two of them. Let's see, where's the other one? Okay, well, I'm sure it'll appear. This thing is not small. Okay, all right, so I think we have our base plate. And just based on that, we have a couple stars. But before I put the stars down, I really want to work on this spaceship. Yeah, just looking at it, I think I just saw some angled plates in red that I have. Yeah, I've got these. These might work. I like that angle though. I'm not sure how I would get that angle. It's almost like you would need those teeth to get that angle. That really sharp rocket angle. But I do like how that is. So I'm gonna look at a couple different angle plates. I have those in red, and I just put in here these 4x4s or 4x2s in red. In fact, this might be too big. Might have to go with this. But that, you know, getting rounded edges in Lego is a challenge. But we also have dots now. Now I don't think I have them in bright red though. Ooh, I do have, I do have this in red. which is this rounded piece. So if I kind of did this, just looking at the shape of the front of that spaceship, yeah, that might work. So this would be kind of like around that front part. Yeah, I think I have the scale, I think is going to have to be bigger based on these rounded yellow pieces. The rounded yellow pieces are kind of determining a lot for this, for the size. Yeah. So it's almost like I need like maybe an azure round plate. In fact, I know I saw an azure round plate recently. Another option, I'm just eyeing this, that I'm not sure if this will help, but this kind of rounded piece. This might be interesting. I don't know. It's like Brickman Mosaic. I don't know if you're here or not. This is like, this is your wheelhouse. This is what you're good at. Okay. Well, I think what I'm going to do is, remember what I mentioned earlier about using these kind of as something to attach to that are black, so then that way I can attach them later. So I'm thinking that this might be good for an attachment point. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to have to kind of free form this a little bit. But I do have lots of these, also these square ones. So the square ones can also be a part of how this thing comes together. But, you know, it's a MOC, so it can always change. There's nothing set in stone here, which is great about MOCs, is that you can adapt and change. Okay. So now that I'm looking at it this way, I might have to turn it. Yeah, that might actually work really well. Huh. Yeah, now that I'm looking at the ship, so I'm going to point this towards the camera, that this front piece could attach like a little rod, and like a little yellow dot can go there, right where that, and then like a red, I think an axle, one of those small red axles, and then put a little red, a red bush or a yellow bushing on the end of that. Or actually, I would put 2 bushings and then add, if I had a yellow voodoo ball, that would be perfect. And I wonder, look at this. Yellow voodoo ball. This is, I took this off of my tree. So this is the tree that was at my pier. So I'm thinking this yellow, yeah, against a black backdrop, that's actually really good. Okay, now the question is, I need to put that red axle here. Yeah, I'm actually getting excited about this because this looks like it's going to work. I have these little red axles. So there's a little red axle. And then there's that. But I don't know, does this fit into an axle? Oh my God. That is classic. It fits like a glove. So I didn't know the voodoo balls had axle connections, so that's new. Okay, then we put like a little yellow bushing on the end here. Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to have to do a couple mocks because you can't really see the mouse in the spaceship very well. But this looks like it's going to work. This whole axle voodoo ball thing. And actually, now that I move it, I have to make it like that, so then there is some leeway. Okay, now the question is, how do I attach that, the other end of the axle, to the ship? Let's see. It's red. Yeah, I'm just looking at the drawing. Why does that look beige? It looks beige maybe because the other one is so... Yeah, let's try this one. I think the other one was like a lighter yellow. That looks a little bit better. But, yeah, I can see it kind of coming together. Okay. Let's see. It tapers down, and then we have those big curves, red curves. Okay. Let's see. So I think it's kind of looking like this. Just, you know, kind of abstract wise. Definitely need to fill in the gaps here. And something I learned from Debo is that for some of the lines you can use plates. Yeah, so I just have to fill these gaps in a little bit. And then I have to put in like a gray curve actually would be good. Like a 1 by, let's see, how many plates is that? Like a 1x2 gray curve on the end. Let's see if I have some of these. I know I have a couple. I'm just going to set them down. Just, I know they're not going to fit perfectly, but put that down there. This light gray. Like I said, I'm not really big. I've only just started getting into Mosaic, so I'm still learning this, but I think it's possible. I definitely think this is possible, just looking at it from kind of a distance here. Yeah, I think what I want to do is I'm going to have to raise this up with a 1x2. Yeah, the Germans are just going to say, who is this crazy woman? Why is she submitting these mocks? I have to admit, though, when you watch other cultures' cartoons, it's a fascinating view of, you know, what they like. Okay, I like how the curve is showing here. So here I'm going to hold it up next to the reference photo. Is that you can see how it's starting to come together. And this little, yeah, so I need to fill this out a little bit more to match here, which is doable. But I think the shape is starting to come together. And then just the way that this little red axle and the the voodoo ball, that's really cool. I like that. Okay, but this definitely needs to be brought out just a little bit. I'm thinking, let's see, if we move this out one stud, oh, this angles if I leave it open like that. So if I put a plate down there and raise it up, it will angle on the plate. Okay, that is starting to look really good. Okay, let's see what happens here if I put these here. Great ideas so far. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, because sometimes I just feel like, am I going insane here, or what am I doing? But that looks like a nice curve for that back part of the engine. Yeah. And now that I look at this, I could probably save this curved piece and just go straight out with a square, and then maybe save this for something else. Because I think the other arc is going to have to be up here. Yeah, I appreciate that, Cornado. Thank you. It's like I said, sometimes when you're building alone, you're like, I think that'll work. So I need a 3 by 6 roughly, 3 across and 6 down, or some combination of that. Let's see if I can do that. Let's see. I like the fact that I have a lot of red. The red helps a lot, just being able to work with this. I wish I should take a look at my dots to see what I have in my dots supply. Oops, did I mess that up? Yeah, that goes down here. Yeah, I like that. I like how that's coming together. And actually, a 2 by 4 in red will fit right in there. That'll fit nicely. So what are you working on, Cornado? Are you working on I think you said you were working on a collab, right? You have some big collab you're working on? And by the way, I don't know if you noticed, but Debo is now streaming on YouTube, and he told me he's going to be live tomorrow between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern. So I told him I will definitely drop in. I have an 8 o'clock meeting here. I know, another meeting on the weekend. Yeah, so if you're wondering, I'm dressed up a little bit more than normal because I just got out of a meeting right before this. That's why I stream at 9 o'clock, because I know I'm not going to get interrupted at that time. Yeah, it's a very dysfunctional situation. But it will be over on August 29th. I am counting the days. And then I can go back to doing fun things like this, without having to worry about commitments like that. Being on board calls and writing up papers and doing research and all of that. I mean, it's an honor to do this for this nonprofit, but honestly, it's been a rough year. Okay, that's actually looking really good. I like this. Yeah, and I saved this curve piece for maybe for later. Okay, so what I need to do is I need a 1 by 6 in red. You guess Yano announced it's okay to talk about it? She's using, yeah. Oh yeah, okay, so she didn't say what she was using. She just said you were dropping off some sets for her, but I didn't realize it was the ice planet Blacktron. Wow. Nice, nice. That's gonna be dope, yo. You built it all of those already, and you're just making Mills plates right now for future. Oh, good. Oh, well, you never go wrong with just a base Mills plate, right? Because those can be used for so many things. That's awesome. And by the way, it's dope, yo. I now have that Instagram handle. I haven't started using it yet, but I started tagging all of my old MOCs with the It's Dope Yo hashtag. So there's maybe 50 others that are on there, but nobody else is really using it. But I am now. Hey, it's all about branding, right? That's the thing about hashtags, though. If you don't start using them and using them readily, then you lose sight of it. Okay, so there we go. We have the red base of the ship, and we have, yeah, that looks pretty good as far as the core of the ship. And then what I need to do is figure out a way to attach that voodoo ball combo. Voodoo ball, yeah. Okay, so I think I'm thinking that there's a little bit of a leeway here, or I might be able to find. I wonder if they come in yellow. These taller axles. One of these, like the red one, but in yellow. I don't know if it comes in that. Or maybe I can just attach it to a red one. Maybe that's what I should do. Okay, so right now I'm trying to figure out a way to attach it to this. And I think I need like a one of those pins that sticks out. Let's see. I think oh. I'm thinking about how that stapler, how they did that in the Apocalypseburg. I might be able to do it similarly. We were laughing about all those staplers. But let's see. No, is that not fitting? No, it does fit. Okay. Just matching the reds. Matching the reds there. It still doesn't help me though with this. Yeah. I know what I'm thinking about. I need like a peg or something that goes out. Something like this. And being able to attach this to this. And problem is I don't think there's enough space for that. It's close. Like you can put, oh, maybe I should just put two. Like one here and then put another one. Let me see. Let me see how that's gonna work. Another two bushings. Still not long enough. No. There's always I'm looking at this bag of hands. There's always some tricky things you can do. Yeah, Mills plates are good. I probably should sit down and build a few too. If I start working more with connections, connecting parts of my city. That's one thing. I'm really envious of Debo because he's got his whole city all laid out. He's got multiple levels. He's got this huge opera house and everything. And I don't really, I mean, I probably could sit down and clear out a bunch of stuff and actually lay out my city a little bit better. But right now, my city is right here. Let me see if I can angle the camera. I can show you my city. It's my little city. It's right here. It's my townhouse ice cream shop next to the Parisian restaurant. That's it for now. I do have the pier that I had put together, but it takes up a lot of room. So right now the pier is underneath my table. But someday I will have a space for that. Okay, so going back to the spaceship, it's like I just need to figure out a way to attach this. Like a part of me thinks that I could just get by with another axle connection almost. It's like I need a longer red pin. If I had a longer red pin, things would be better. I could maybe jury rig it by making this no, that's not that great of a fit. No, I think I'll just leave it the way it was. I'm really excited though that this fits. This is awesome. Okay, so what's my next plan of attack? Okay, let me think. I'm thinking a clip with a bar in yellow. I have them with the 2 bars, but I don't have a single bar. Though I do have it in red. This might be promising. Yeah, I have this little bar here. Since this is 3D, if I can get this, it's almost like I would need like a horizontal clip to an axle. It's almost like I need a hand, but fatter. So maybe a wrench. A wrench. Yeah, the more I think about it, maybe the wrench will do it. I have them in pink, but I don't have them in red. But you see how this can attach here? It's pink. It's not quite the right color, but it might still work. Because then I can put a pin in here. Pinned axle? No, that's too tiny for a pin. I don't have it in red, but I do have, I also have just, that has, as Debo calls those gloves, but this is just a standard pin. I know it's black, so you can't see it that well, but that just seems so far away. Okay, let's try something else. It's almost like having a puzzle that you have to figure out. You know? Like, how am I going to get this puzzle to work? Okay, so I have these clips in red. So let me see if I can put this jumper so it's dead center. Put this clip here. Okay, so now what I'm looking for is what can I attach that's like a rod to an axle. Because a rod to an axle. It's like I feel like I'm so close. I'm so close to figuring this out. It will happen. It will happen. I do have flashes of brilliance every now and then. I also have this as an option too. I have this kind of an overhang clip in red. So if I can just connect those two like that. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, I'm going to keep all of these options out. Okay, here's another thought. I have these axle extenders, which are red. So I could put here. So now it's like almost all the way through. And then if I put another smaller axle, instead of the extender, the regular red axle. Oh, I have one in yellow. Oh no, that's not, is it? I'm trying to see if this is just a handle. Oh, I think it's just a handle. I don't think this will work. Oh, you got my hopes up. I thought I had a yellow. No, it looks like it's a one integrated piece. All right, let's try something else. Now this might be, I know this other one will work if I have one of the 1x2s with an axle hole in it. And then this will go directly in here. And then that will go into the axle hole. And then I could probably fit this bushing in just for color. And that will definitely work. That I know will work, but I have to see if I have it in red. A 1x2 with an axle hole. And I have one left. I only have one. Or for you Germans who might be watching this later, ich habe nur eins. Ich habe nur eins Steine. Ein by zwei Steine. Okay. So this actually works. That works for the front of the, yeah, because it has that little bit of yellow. It's got the rod and it's got the voodoo ball at the end. And it's got that little bit of gray in there. So I just have to shape those back wings. And this yellow, it's almost like I feel, God, I wish I could like chop this. You know, it's like I want it to be smaller. But okay, let's think about this. If we wrap this here, so one of them goes like this. Maybe I should just do one. I don't know if I need to do both. I kind of feel like I should do the bottom one. This I don't think will be too hard to do. In fact, I have this clip here. I could put this clip here. Yeah, it's like I just need it a little shorter. I don't know if I have any that are shorter though. Because now it's like, do I make the ship bigger? Maybe I need to make the ship bigger. Which means it will be massive against this field. Or I can look at doing the yellow a different way. I think though this looks really good compared to the reference photo, just shape-wise. It's pretty spot on. I just got to put something rounded up at the top, almost like a translucent blue would be cool if I had a round translucent blue. Okay, well, let's see. All right, if we're going to shape those wings, I wonder if I were to put the wings on the back. Let's see. I would almost have to put rotators on. Yeah, I think if I put rotators on these, but I'm just, here, I'll set it down. And those are actually, that's actually pretty good. I think I need to put rotators on the back though. Now this is something I've started to grow to appreciate now, these rotators, but this one's kind of big. But I noticed Justin Ramsden used these for his spring festival. Now I'm starting to think I might have to use the small rotators in this case, these small guys. Yeah, this yellow, I really want to use this yellow bar, but I think it's going to be too big. I just don't think it's going to work. I feel bad because I really want to use it, but I just don't think it's going to work. Yeah, that's looking good. I'm just looking at this. Let's look at it from an angle here. Yeah. And then I just need to like secure it. I put a dot or something there so it won't move. Yeah, those rotators are awesome. Okay, so I put the rotator there. And I'll do the same thing for this one. And the rotator goes on the back. So I don't know if you can see this, but I've put the rotators on this part of the wing. And then if I can secure this down. Yeah, this is a little trickier because I did it a different way, but there we go. Wow, I like that. And if you look at the back, it's almost as if you can put like a 1x2 or something there just so it won't move. Yeah, I'm thinking there's like a couple places you can secure it with like dots or 1x2 plates. Okay. Yeah, I'm actually really excited about this. This is turning out better than I had expected. Let's see. Oh, you know what I need is I need a rounded one. I just got some of these too. Where did I put them? I should start putting some of these away. One by two rounded plates. I just got these rounded plates in like this beige color, or sand rather. Here's my other meteor. I need that. Need that for later. Oh, what did I do with it? Okay, well, for now, all right, we'll just go with some studs. That's easy. And I'll use white just because it's easier to see. Oops. Yeah, I'm starting to get used to mosaics now, especially the layering. It's something, it's still, I'm still not comfortable doing this, but I'm getting better at it. Okay, so you see how those studs keep it from moving too far away. In fact, that's kind of cool. That you can make it like that, or you can make it curved in like that. Yeah. So here's a look at the ship as it's coming together. I like it. I like it a lot. And those studs keep it in place. So you can see the back. It's just those two white studs that are keeping it from moving. Okay, so we got that. I'm still thinking about maybe I should punt on the yellow. I like the yellow though. Ugh. Okay, let's see, what else do I have that's yellow that's bendable? It's almost as if a part of me thinks I should maybe just use dots and make kind of like a curve. I might try that. But I do like how this little spaceship is coming together. Like the mouse's spaceship. And this could be animated going across the screen back and forth. Yeah. So maybe if I look at my dots, if I have some dots that are curved, I can curve the edges a little bit. Okay, let's see if I have some red dots. I don't know if I have them in red though. That's the only thing. I have pink. Lots of pink. Okay. That's the other thing when you're working on MOCs. It's like, oh, if I just had this. But fortunately, there's something called BrickLink. So I could always grab some more later. All right, let's see. All right, that kind of adds that little curve on the end. At least we can have two in red. Yeah, that adds a little bit of curve. Not a lot, but just a little bit of curve there. It's almost like you want it to be dramatic, kind of like how they have. It's like those teeth, those orange teeth. Oh, I have them in red. Oh my God. So I have these in red. This really strong curve. Okay, let me see if I can work that in. I've got, how many of these? Got 3, do I have 4? I could maybe use those for the tail flame. Yeah, those could be for the tail flame. All right, I only have 3 of those red teeth, the curved ones, so I'm just gonna go for 2 then. Oops. Teeth. Okay, I'm excited about these because if I can position this like that, it would give it that curve. Okay, I think I know what to do. Oh yeah. That's awesome. You see that curve? It goes right like that. And I wonder if I should angle it a little bit more. Oops, didn't like that. It's almost like, why is this thing not seating well? I think I need to raise it another level, but it's so close. It is so freaking close. Yeah. That's looking pretty good. With that rounded tooth. It's a close approximation, considering you're using Lego. Okay, I'm digging this. I'm enjoying this. Okay, so if we go with where'd the other one go? Okay, so I need, where'd that little clip go? Aha. I don't have many of these in red, but I just have enough. Alright, so to match this, I'm surprised I had these in my collection, honestly, these red ones. I think I got this from a bulk bin. Oh yeah. I'm liking this. I am really, really liking this. I still need to make the front dome piece, but I think that's looking really good. There's still a little bit showing up here, but I think it's essentially what I'm going for. Yeah. There's a lot of angles in Lego, but these curved pieces really help to break the shape. I like that. Here we go. Let's see. Let me see if I set it down on the table. Yeah, yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. I still need to work on the flames coming out the back, which some of these will help. I've got these kind of flamey looking things, but I need to add some orange. I have a lot of translucent orange. So maybe we'll have a combination of these. And since these will attach, I think, on the underside, yeah, I think we could do that. If I have a trans blue dome, it will look pretty close. Yeah, I might. You know, my domes, I've used a couple domes for Super Sewer Baby, and I had his Super Sewer Baby submarine here recently. Where did I put that? I was taking photos. Ah, here it is. Okay, so here's a translucent dome, which might actually work well. We got that. I might have one in blue, but this might be a good start. Because this one, I like this one because it's elongated. And I think if I were to put this here and put maybe a little trans orange round piece behind it, or not trans orange, what is it, azure, like behind it. Oh, let's see. Where did I see that rounded plate? I like these acromills, but if you grab it by the divider, then it really sucks because things don't stay separated the way you had planned. There we go. I think. Oh, gee. I'm gonna have to fix this later. It's like one side wants to go in. All right, there we go. Okay. I see one over here. So I've done minifig habitats before. So here's one. I don't know if you can see it, but this one is with a little dolphin. And I'm starting to think I could really use this round azure plate. So this poor dolphin's like, sorry, buddy. Let me take this round plate. You can still be in your habitat. You just won't have a round plate. Yeah, it's not as nice, but it still works. Okay, so this, if we put this, or maybe I need a half dome. That's what I need. I need a half dome, and I just got some of these. I hope it's the same size. It might be too big. Yeah, this one might be too big. So I've got this half dome one. That's too big. Oh, this one might work if I balance it with the red. Not quite. Yeah. I don't know, maybe. There's a little bit of blue showing on the bottom, but this might be enough. And if I angle it just so I think I need another rotator. Oops, I took the rotators out. Ah, here they are. Look at that, it even angles it the right way. So I have this little dome shape and it curves. And that little bit of red that I saved actually works there. Now the problem is I still need to make room for the mouse too. So I could put Vermi in there and then put Vermi in there with this dome on top. Just make it look like a mouse. And I just used Vermi in the MOC with Tricky Bricks, which I see over there. Yeah. See, the mouse is really very small. It's getting smaller and smaller. I don't know, maybe I could put a mouse's head here. I might still be able to put a mouse's head in that a little vignette, because just looking at it, I don't know, maybe I should keep the round completely instead of that. And aha. Okay. I think we're coming up with a plan here. Let's see. If we get another clip. In fact, I could maybe even put the clip up here and then attach it to the, yeah, let's try that. See, the front of there's like a little steering wheel too, which is kind of cute. It's like the little mouse has a steering wheel. I'm trying to decide how I can attach. Yeah, it needs to be, I think, vertical rather than horizontal. Need a vertical clip. I think we might have something on our hands here. Oops, sorry, I'm not in frame. Oh, that doesn't seem right. It's almost as if it should be off the frame. Like right there. So if I put like a 1x2 behind it, let's try a 1x2. That's not too bad. Still not quite what I'm looking for. Actually, I wonder if I can angle this a little. Yeah, I think that's going back to the rounded, need the rounded, God, if I could just find those rounded ones. Okay, let's go back to this. Yeah, I might have to punt with regard to this yellow cable. It's just too big. Unless maybe I should try bananas. Maybe like a string of bananas going around. This is just, yeah, that's just way too big. That yellow compared to the photo. I'm going to look for a trans blue dome, but I don't think I have one. So now my thought is maybe I should just work on like building a mouse's head. We got that azure bit, and then if I put like a little dark blue going around the edge, or maybe dark gray. I'm sure I have dark gray and dots, just to kind of give it some shading. And then I need to find the round dome. You're right. If I put a round dome on top. But it's not bad. It's not too bad considering what I have in my supply and what I'm trying to do here. But yeah, I think a round dome would be nice right there. Okay, let me take a look Maybe it's over here. Oh. I have kind of a tray of miscellaneous parts because domes are, the only problem with domes is that they're so big and it's hard to manage large pieces like that. I am finding some interesting pieces though in here. And these I can definitely use, especially for animation. So I think I'm going to set those aside for now. Domes, domes, domes. Where are my domes? Yeah, this is what I mean by unusual parts, like these old castle parts. I'm sure you would love these since you do more castle than I do. I don't see any domes here. This is definitely a box that needs sorting. This is definitely a sort type of thing. This is kind of cool. That actually might work kind of as a side, if I was doing a side view of the mouse's cockpit. Actually, that might not be a bad idea. If I put it on sideways. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the dome. See, I have this little dome, but that's not going to work for this. I need that big round dome. But I don't remember seeing one. I know which one you're talking about. I just don't remember seeing one in my collection. I have this. This might potentially work, but I'm not even sure if this is Lego. This is blue, and it's kind of an angled piece. That's a possibility. That's a trans dark blue. It's kind of more like a, I don't know, angular though. It's not roundish, because the one that's in the photo is roundish. Okay. I'm going to punt on this. But like I said, I can always buy parts. I can look for a rounded dome and see what might work. Because this isn't too bad. I'm also thinking if I mount this sideways to be, oops, to be like the cockpit. Let me just see if I do this so that this little chair, oh, you know, it might be good for a sideways mouse is Fabuland. I don't think I have a mouse though, but you see how the cockpit is sideways here? So if I can mount that sideways and then put this little dome here like that, kind of at an angle. It might work. That could possibly work. Let's see. I haven't even thought about mounting this sideways. It's almost as if, let's see. I'd have to raise this up a couple of studs or a couple of plates and then put one of these clips on it. Yeah, because if I do it this way, it'll angle it like that. So I almost want it like this. Let's try. I'm looking at a snot piece to maybe mount it up and sideways. Yeah, that might work. It's kind of a janky, janky kind of connection. Okay, there we go. See, because from a sideways view, it doesn't look too bad, because the azure kind of gives you that curve like that. And then I just have to mount this kind of sideways. Yeah, that's actually, that would totally work. I mean, it's going to be a mosaic from a distance, too. That's what I keep telling myself. It'll be from a distance, so nobody will know. And if I mount this chair here like that, okay, I think that's a plan. This is weird. This chair, I'm not sure where this chair comes from, but there's no place to mount the minifigs in here. There's no studs here. Okay. So now I just have to figure out, how do I mount this here? I think all I need are like 1x2 plates. Let's try some 1x2 plates. I think they will attach. What I'm hoping is that the 1x2s are going to attach to this, like this. I hope this is a Lego part. That's what I probably should check, if this is a Lego part. Let's see if there's a Lego brand on here. I think there is. It's hard to tell in this light. Let me see. All right, let's grab this for a moment. Yeah, I think it's Lego. It seems like it is, but yeah, it's totally Lego. Okay, it's legit. It's totally legit. All right, so I think if this worked here, it should work roughly. Maybe take one of these off. This looks dangerous. I don't want this like tub flying all over the place. Oh yeah, that totally works. Okay. All right, there we go. So since it's a side view, let's see if I do it this way. That's a better side view. And then I could put a character in here, some sort of mouse thing. I'll have to find something. The chair? Yeah, the chair is Lego. It's for Technic characters, that's why? Oh, okay. So I guess I might have to make a brick-built mouse, like a 3D mouse to sit in there. But that totally works. Okay, so now I have to just kind of work on this flame thing and figure out what to do with the yellow. I think that's the other part, is the yellow. Is that, I mean, I guess I could be stylistic, and even though it's not exact, I could put the yellow kind of, I think, from down here over. No, that looks like crap. It needs to be shorter. I need like a shorter yellow string or something. I don't know if Lego makes a string. Okay. Well, thanks for letting me know about that Technic chair. It's a cool chair and it works for this mosaic. I think actually that looks really good. I'm stoked. I'm really stoked about this. I just got to figure out how to make the mouse. Put the mouse in there. And then I just need to angle this dome so it kind of matches the curve of the top there. But yeah, and see if I move it back from a distance. Let's see if I move this back here. Yeah, that works. It's got the little dot and move that across. Like the mouse. And I just gotta make that flame with all those translucent orange flames that I have. And I have a bunch of those. That I'm not worried about. But I think this is a good start. I think what I'll do here is on the bottom of the chair is make that more red. So I can just put some 1x2 plates to color it in because there's a lot of blue. Yeah, that'll totally work. All right, I'm going for the chair. I don't know how it's going to work yet, but I think that chair really makes it better. And I'll just have to add some red going around on the outer edges here. It's stylized, it's Lego, it's art, you know, so you can't be too critical about it because it's just an interpretation, right? Oops, uh-oh. That's the only thing about these rotators is that they don't have really good clutch power, so sometimes you have to adjust it, but yeah. But that's definitely my favorite piece is the rotators. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that chair is set. I'm going to fill some of this in with red. And I have a red 1x2 right here. Oops. Yeah, now that I know how this will sit, it's definitely, yeah. I think considering it's a mosaic, I think it works. And I just have to put the mouse in there. And let me look at the flames. But, you know, considering I don't really do mosaics, I think that's coming out actually quite nice. I'm happy with it. I mean, if I want to go back, I probably could put this piece back in because I raised this chair up on a 1x2. Yeah, in fact, that'll definitely look better. Actually, will that still fit on the 1x2 with these other pieces? Let me double check that before I continue. Sometimes it won't fit if the other studs are in the way. No, no, it looks like it'll fit. I think they had planned for that. Yeah. Wow, learn something new all the time. Okay, good. So we can definitely fill that in. Okay, now let's see. It's almost as if I planned it this way. People will say, "Oh my gosh, did you like do a lot of engineering calculations for this?" Like, no. I just like playing with bricks until it comes together. Yeah. So see, that is a true cockpit. And the mouse can sit in there. I'll have to make a brick-built mouse of some sort. And then I just have to figure out the yellow. I guess, like I said, I might have to just go with dots. I might have to go with yellow dots, kind of like going around the perimeter. I would rather have something finer, like a cord. I don't think they make that string, like the string that I used in my my lamppost. Yeah, okay. All right, so let's finish this up. We're almost done. Like 2 hours later. Yeah. Let's see, I'm looking for translucent flames. Translucent flames. Yeah, here are my bag of flames. I got a lot. And I think I'm going to need, behind this, I think I'm going to need some more black. Because I think I'm going to need some black in order to attach those flames to. But so far, I'm really liking how this is coming out. Okay, let's get some more black. I have some here. Because I'm pretty sure that those flames are going to have to attach to something. Let's see. I think one thing nice about having so much black is that it really does help that the backdrop is black so that I can attach this separately. Yeah, so there's some more black there. And then we'll get these flames in here. I've got like 3 different sizes, maybe 4. But I think based on the photo, we definitely have to go with the big flames. So this, actually, we probably only need the 1 or 2. Actually, I only have the big one there. But the translucent is so light. I'm thinking maybe we need to it's almost like we need to put like orange or something back here. Like red or orange. Let's see what we got. I think I want to go with orange. Yeah, definitely orange, I think. Because then that will definitely show that more. And I think because it's got a black backdrop, it's almost like as if you need like a long orange piece underneath it just to set it off. I have a 2x6. That's the only problem with translucents, is if you have a really dark background, you just can't see it. It's great when you have a light background, because then you can see things better, but otherwise, it doesn't really work. It's almost as if, let's see, can I taper this off? Yeah, that just looks, that doesn't look right either. I mean, it looks better because you can see the color, but it just, the block behind it just doesn't do the flames justice. It's like, what? You know what I might need to do? Well, you know what I might do is I might use this as a placeholder for now. And then think about it some more, because this, I wanted to also put these in there too, to like a combination of the red and that translucent together. But now I'm starting to think this red might be too, well, I don't know. It looks good too. Well, I don't know. I've got black prongs. I might as well use them. I think I have black. Before I talk too soon. Yeah, I've got 3 of these black ones. And I actually have a little bit more, but I have enough for the 3. Okay, I think I know where I'm going to go with this. Alright, so I think I have, I'm looking for like orange and yellow studs. I've got some yellow. And I've got some red and orange. Okay, so here's my thought, is if I can, I'm going to need to raise these up. And then I'll need the black on top. I don't know if it'll see through though. Might have to look for another color. Ah, gold. Gold will work. See, I knew I was out of red, but I have gold in here. I do have one more red in here. Okay. Okay. I think we have a plan. Yeah, that orange I'm still not happy with that orange, like, I don't know, it just looks kind of goofy, but I do like it's going to give contrast, so I think I'm going to have to do it a couple different ways. Okay, all right, so this is the plan. We are going to raise this up. I think we're going to use yellow. We're going to do, I think we're going to do the middle studs there. Let's start with the yellow. Ah, no! Alright, it's Lego. It's easily recoverable. Alright, so I'm going to lean towards the bottom here. And I'm going to add, I've got these studs now, the clips, the gold clips. I'm going to put these gold clips here. And then, this is the part that I'm excited about, is we're going to put, actually I'm going to raise one of these up. We're going to raise this one up a little bit more. So we'll put an orange in there. Yeah, so this one will be a little higher, this one, and then these 2 below it. So we got the massive flame up top that's going to go into that stud, into that clip. Then we have these curvy ones that will come back like that. They have to be a little lower. And then I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do, but that looks like a pretty good flame going behind it. little symmetrical, but I think it'll still work. I mean, if I had these in a translucent, I would rather have that, but I think I like the curve on these. I mean, I could maybe make it less symmetrical if I take this one out. And then maybe put another, let's see, I have some other ones. They're not as, well, these teeth are large, but I don't think let me see. Let's see, the teeth, no, teeth won't work. I have the ones that are similar to what was in the Duke Kaboom set. These guys. But these are still relatively small compared to that big red flaming thing. Let's see. But maybe for contrast, maybe it will be better. Because you don't want it to look too symmetrical either. It's booster engines. Yeah, that's not too bad. Got that. Have the one on top, the red one up top. Okay, I like where this is going. But I do think because there's so much black here that I think I need to add some of this. Let me see, do I have any tiles that are flames? I can't remember if the dots have like starbursts, but I don't think they have flames. I'm taking a look to see what I got in here. Nope, not a lot of rainbows, not a lot of flames. Okay. If I'm doing a ball of fire, here's another thought, is to put a star behind it, but without the face, just to give it the color. I wonder how that looks from a distance. Just, it's a little too large. Just a little too large. So really what I need are like a variety of plates and dots on kind of in a curved, unusual shape, which I think can be accomplished with this. Here, I'm going to just attach this. I do like where this is going. But I think what I need to do is I need to spend some time arranging the dots as tiles with different shapes underneath this. Yeah. Oops. Okay. Yeah. I think that'll do it. Yeah, it's weird though, because even this, you can see the flames better with the orange, but it looks goofy having just a square plate behind it. So I think I'm going to leave that off for now. We'll just go with that, and then I'll figure it out. I'll have to figure out some way to build some contrast here. It's almost as if I would have to like build a trail of dots going around and following this curve. so it didn't look so goofy. But I do like how this has come together. And this fell off, but that's easy to put back. Okay, so we have this spaceship. I mean, even if I don't use it for the mouse, I could maybe use it for something else in the future. But I think that's not too bad. I'm going to make this a little smaller so I can see the whole aircraft in the frame. That's not bad at all. In fact, that's actually quite nice. I'd almost venture to say that it's dope, but I'm not quite there yet. I'm going to see how this looks on the backdrop. It's like everything sticks. All right, there we go. Okay, so if we put this here, it's kind of hard because this thing is so tall. Let me turn it upside down. There we go. Okay. Now that takes up almost the entire 18 studs. So that's another thing I'll have to think about, is that if I'm using it for a zoom backdrop, it might be too big, which means I can maybe make this taller, because just so you know that once I get up to here, this is the top. So it's, yeah, that's about as high up as it'll go. So it takes up almost the entire zoom reference. So yeah, that's one problem. And this is the smaller version because I was almost thinking about making this bigger when I wanted to add this yellow. Yeah, so I think the yellow I'll have to add either as bananas. In fact, that's what I'll probably do, is put a bunch of bananas going across. I think I could put some bananas going around the perimeter to match what's happening with that. And I don't know if I have enough bananas, honestly. I think, or sausages, maybe some sausages. I have these green and gold sausages, so maybe these gold sausages will work. Now the problem is, how do I attach those sausages? So it goes back to, I have time that I could order some things through Bricklink, but I'm just seeing if I can lay these out a little bit. Yeah, if I'm going to go with that stripy gold thing going around the waist of the spacecraft, I could do it with 2 or 3 sausages. 2 or 3 gold sausages. Yeah, it's gonna take some, yeah. And I know you can't really see this that well, but that kind of works. Let me see if I can angle this a little. No, I'm not too thrilled with that. This would have been better, honestly. I'm still gonna think about if maybe if they have this in a smaller format, just like 2/3 of the size, then that would be perfect. Okay. Crafty. Hey Debo, how are you? Well, I was just getting ready to maybe close the stream down, but since you're here, I want to get your opinion on this. So what's in the upper right corner of the screen is a spaceship from a cartoon. It's called Die Maus, which is a German cartoon. So here, I'm going to make it bigger so you can take a look. So that's what I'm trying to reproduce. And the biggest part I'm having a problem with is the yellow, that yellow around the waistband and the yellow around the dome. And I'm making it as a mosaic. So it's right now, it's, if you look at it from a side view, let me see if I can angle this so that the spaceship, it's not too bad. Oops. What I'm doing is, since it's a sideways view, this 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 dome, even though it doesn't cover it all the way, can look kind of similar. And I put an azure round plate behind it. And then I've got to figure out what to do with the mouse. So this is something, I'm not really big into mosaics, but it's not too bad considering what I'm trying to do. And what I was mentioning is that this is a zoom backdrop if I was to make it 32 by 18, and this thing is like already 18 studs tall. So it may have to make, I may have to make this backdrop an entire black backdrop, and then it would sit right here, which would be nice. So anyway, that's the plan. I can use top clips and the rubbery yellow bit. I did twist it. Well, see, the problem is it's too long. So I do have this yellow rubbery bit. I took it from my Pirates of Barracuda Bay. So you said twist it? See, I had a clip down here earlier, and see, the problem is if I bring it to here, it's too long. It's like, I would really like it to be 2/3 of this height and have it wrap like that. That's kind of ideal, but I can't really do that with this. But you said to twist it? So are you saying to twist it to make it shorter, or or are you talking about making like a loop like this? I don't know what you're talking about, twisting. Yeah. And the other thought I had was to have this going around here on the base of this little capsule like this, which kind of works. Yeah. I told Cornado about how you're going to be streaming tomorrow. So I'll plan to drop in, Debo. I will plan to drop in. I have a couple things happening tomorrow. So I have a meeting at 8, I have a meeting at 10, and I have a meeting at 1. So since you're going to be done by 2, what I'll do is I'll probably drop in twice. I'll probably drop in right after my 8 o'clock meeting, and then I'll leave for a little bit and then come back after my 10 o'clock meeting, and I can hang out with you for a couple hours. If you don't see me at 9 Pacific, you'll definitely see me around 11 Pacific. Because like I said, my 10 o'clock meeting shouldn't be too long. Can you make the craft bigger? Or am I locked in with the windshield? Yeah, see, I might be able to make it a little bit bigger. You're streaming Monday. I thought you were streaming tomorrow. You're streaming Monday? Oh, okay. Okay, well, if you're streaming Monday, I'm trying to think what my schedule's like Monday. Yeah, Monday I might be able to come in earlier, like 9:30, 10, like around Tricky Bricks time. Okay, so now I'm glad you said it's Monday. So tomorrow I will be back on Twitch working on the VW bus. And one thing I'm going to do is I have a cut up advent calendar tray. So I'm going to try to part things out for each step first and then try to build it, because I think the problem with that set is that all the pieces are all over the place, and I spend a lot of time hunting and pecking for pieces. So I'm going to do that tomorrow. So I'm going to pre-sort and put these steps into the tray and see if that helps make things a little faster. You're sorting tomorrow to make room. Oh, okay. Okay, but I think overall this Mosaic spaceship actually came out pretty good. And what I need to do is I just need to figure out, like you said, if I made the ship a little bigger, I might be able to still use some of these elements, because I was really proud of how I got these curved teeth to kind of match the curve of the back fins. Oh, you're back. You're officially 19. Okay, congratulations. Well, we're getting ready to kind of close things down, but here's the kind of mosaic spaceship that I made using that as a model. And we were just talking about how I might need to make it a little bit bigger, like maybe longer instead, or maybe a little taller too, because that yellow piece is just not going to work. You're going to race? See how far you can get in 9 hours? Well, I mean, you should enjoy the build too, because it's, you know, it's a really nice set you're working on, you know, working on the Ninjago City Gardens. But yeah, but anyway, I think this mosaic came out pretty well. And congratulations, Brickman Mosaic. Congratulations on making 19. enjoy your youth while you have it. It's like, but yeah, I think you're right, Diva. Maybe I need to make it a much larger ship. And then if I make it to scale, so then this yellow bit will work, it won't be too much bigger. And the other thing I'm having a hard time with, you love how it's 3D? Oh, thank you. Well, here's the other bit, is that this is a black background. So I'm trying to figure out how to make the flames stand out, because the flames right now, they're going to be kind of lost with the black backdrop. Bricks about the Tricky Lug meeting. Disney MOC, you're going to be building the Matterhorn. Wow, that sounds like fun. You do like that ship a lot? Oh, thank you. Yeah, I like this too. And considering what I had for my kind of my reference photo, it's not too bad with Lego. But the other photo that I may use, actually here, let me show you the other photo, is, let me see if I got it here. Did I? Window capture. Okay, let me see if I can do this. I had it set up in Photoshop, and if for some reason it's only showing me the spaceship, but I wanted to show you the, let's see. Yeah, the other one is actually a street, a crosswalk. Okay, let me see if I could do it within Photoshop. All right, let's see if I close this. There, let's see. It says demouse crosswalk. Let's see if you see this. Nope, you still see the spaceship. That is freaky. That is so freaky because I closed that out. All right, let me see if I can tell this program to look at the crosswalk. Let's see. Crosswalk, Photoshop, crosswalk. Wow, it's not showing it. It just, for some reason, it's locked in on the spaceship. Yeah, that one's a Photoshop null. Crosswalk, here we go. Okay, I think you might see that now. There we go. You'd like to do a 20,000 leagues for a Disney MOC. Oh, that sounds cool. Yeah, that sounds really cool. So here's another option. This is that cartoon mouse I was telling you about. So this mouse has been around German television for 50 years. It's kind of similar to their, you know, our Sesame Street. This is kind of like their Sesame Street. And they have these 3 characters that are recurring. So there's the mouse in the middle, the duck on the left, and then this little baby elephant, which is purple, in the back. And each of the episodes, you can look this up if you do a demouse. In fact, here, I'll just type it into the chat. And, okay, here we go, demouse. In fact, Hooded One is the one who told me about this. If you look at demouse on YouTube, just search for that. There's all of these little vignettes, It's almost like how the Simpsons were when they were on the Tracy Ullman show, where you'd have maybe a 3 or 4 minute clip, and they're adorable. They're absolutely adorable. And I was just thinking about how if you were German and, you know, oops, you get to see my window here. Okay, let me go back to Chrome again and see. This is the problem with this. I got to find another package because this. I mean, I like Streamlabs, but there's a lot of things that this is just not. Where's my demouse? Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, so WDR is one of their broadcasting systems. Yeah. Okay. So cool. All right, my friends. Your medieval blacksmith review vid has reached 645 views. That's great. That's awesome. Yeah, I've been thinking about the blacksmith shop. The only problem is I don't really do castle stuff. That's why I hadn't thought about getting it. I mean, I have a lot of points that I've accrued, but I'm kind of waiting for the bouquets. And the bouquets have come in and they're already gone. Anyone remember Danger Mouse? I don't remember Danger Mouse. I remember Mighty Mouse, though. That's going way back. I don't know what Danger Mouse is. Is that what this reminds you of? This mouse? Yeah, so I'm thinking that this might be a different, this one would be more of a 2D mosaic. If I did this one, I could probably do this one closer to a 2D model. And another part of me says maybe you should just do the face of the mouse, just to really keep it simple, because then you only need brown, white, black, and like a sand, or not sand, dark tan. It's an awesome set. Buy it and do a stream for it. Okay. Yeah, but then I'd have this set that I may not, you know, I don't know. Everybody says they love it and they've done a lot. Your daughter watches Danger Mouse, a remake on Netflix. Oh, well, maybe that's what I need to do is watch Danger Mouse to get also some inspiration. So maybe the other option, since Brickman Mosaic, you're here, is maybe I can also try just a close-up of the mouse itself. Kind of, I go from two extremes, right? I have the spaceship where you only see the head of the mouse in the spaceship, and then maybe a square mosaic with just the mouse's face. Pinky and the Brain. No, I don't know Pinky and the Brain. You could do DM's feet and hands with quarter tiles. You're talking about Danger Mouse or D Mouse? It's a great set. Brickman is right. Oh, you're making me feel bad that I got to go get the. Oh, geez. See, I've kind of got two different sets that I'm kind of eyeing. One of them is the piano, which is like $350. It's a lot. And it's like, it's still like just out of reach. I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking about maybe the floral bouquets, because those are running somewhere around 150 or so. And of course, the blacksmith shop is 150. And oh, by the way, Devo, since you're here, Aubrey told me that the Duplo ice castle that I built the other day, it's on sale at Target for $42. So if you go onto Target, you'll see it's 42 bucks. And if you're on the fence about getting it, like I said, that lighted brick alone is $20. So you might as well go get one. She bought another set. She texted me and she says, I'm getting another set. You have the blacksmith and got an LED light box for your MOCs and mosaics as a birthday gift. Oh, cool. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that the lighted brick though that comes in the Duplo set, it's only in 2 sets, and one of them is that ice castle, and it's a pretty cool, you know, brick to have in your collection. So just if you're thinking about it, that might be something you might want to get. So now I'm like thinking, Okay, I'm gonna work on this mosaic probably on Monday again. Monday, so I'm back to my Twitch streams. I do YouTube on Thursdays and Saturdays. And then Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, I'm on Twitch. So tomorrow I'm gonna be working on the VW bus. Monday I'm gonna go back to MOCs. And then Wednesday I will also be on Twitch, still doing the VW bug or the VW van. You saw that last night and you may return to Target. You were at Target and you saw it there? Wow. That and more cooking gifts. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. I'm glad you like cooking. That's awesome. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is let me go to full screen again so we can chat a little bit before I close the stream down. So anyway, let me see what's going on with my camera. Let's turn this around over here. There we go. Oops. Oh, no, no, I didn't want to do that. All right, what's going on? There we go. Okay. Life is better now. In fact, if you're wondering what that green border is, I did this the other day on the stream, so if you want to take a look, that is Snoqualmie Falls, and it's about an hour's drive from where I am. I haven't gone to see it yet, but I plan to. You know, with COVID hitting and everything, there's a lot of really cool, you know, greenery in this area. And, you know, it's been snowing and it hasn't been ideal for that kind of thing. But anyway, this has been fun. This has been cool. I've been streaming for 2.5 hours and I got kind of a 3D mosaic going. So I'm glad Brickman Mosaic, you give it a thumbs up. That it's got a 3D effect to it. I still got to figure out what to do with the mouse, but the more I think about it, all the mosaics that you did for the Simpsons challenge, the ones that were most effective were the portrait ones. Like you did one of Ron Wiggum, and people did Apu and Marge and Homer in Love, and they were just like the face. So I'm thinking what I may do is I may do a mosaic of the face of the mouse. And I'll take a look at what I have in my various brown colors and maybe try that. That might be the better way to go. What are we going to do tonight? The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world. That's funny. Yeah, no, it's been interesting. Oh, and by the way, a shout out for both Debo and for Brickman Mosaic Art. Both of them do YouTube streaming, so follow them. And if you like the stream, please click on the like button. And I think I'm up to now 72 subscribers or so. So I'm getting closer to my 100. So once I hit 100, then I'll be able to use the Brickanista vanity URL. And I'm on the fence about getting the medieval blacksmith. And since you're here, by the way, since you both built the medieval blacksmith, Cornado and Brickman Mosaic, there is a competition right now for stop motion animation about what would life be like without a blacksmith. So you might want to think, you know, if you want to think about stop motion, that's a competition going on ideas right now as well. NARF. Okay. Not a real fan. Is that what that means? Not a real fan of Pinky and the Brain. all these different acronyms out there. Yeah, so now that I'm talking out loud and now that I'm thinking more about mosaics, I think I'll submit both of them. I think because I've already done the work on the 3D version of that spaceship. And now that I think I'm going to do the face, if I just use a white base plate, which I have one, I could use a white base plate, map out the mouse and his face, and make it as a mosaic, and then that way I'll have 2 mosaics that I put forward. Because I don't know, I mean, I'm pretty new to this group, so I don't know what their, you know, rules are, especially, I guess I should find out. Oh, Narf, it's a sound Pinky makes. Oh, okay. See, it shows you I don't I don't know anything about this TV show that you guys are talking about. So anyway, so it's 11:32. I've got an 8 a.m. Morning call. I tell you, I am so looking forward to August 29th because that's when my term will be over, and then I can start posting more freely on social media. I will be able to do more things as far as everybody thinks I'm a Lego freak because I have these restrictions because I serve on a board of directors right now. But my term will be over August 29th. I can't wait. Not that I don't, I mean, I do love the board members, but I mean, we've had more work to do in the last 2 years because of COVID. And because of COVID, we've had to have more decisions that we've had to make. We've had more committees we've had to work on. We've had a lot of work to do. So I'm not saying anything that's confidential because it's all in the meeting minutes, all the work that we've done. So anyway, yeah, it's been a good ride, and I know that I am a better person for serving on this board, but I'm ready to go back to my Lego conventions and hanging with my Lego friends and being able to concentrate on more of that. And oh, here's an announcement too. So Debo and I think Brickman Mosaic, you probably didn't hear this earlier, but I did a search on It's Dope Yo as far as a hashtag. And the last time somebody used it was in October of 2020. And before that, it was like in 2017 or 2016. So there were less than 100 posts. So I started going through all my archives and typing It's Dope Yo for, for the hashtag. And then I got the It's Dope Yo handle. Nobody had it on Instagram. So I'm going to use that a little differently because I think I'm going to use that catchphrase for anything that I think is cool or brilliant or exciting. Is I'll just, tag it as It's Dope Yo as my handle. So don't be surprised if you see me posting things and using that handle. Feel free to use that handle too if you think there's something that you think is cool, because I'll be, browsing that hashtag all the time with It's Dope Yo. And we'll see. In fact, it was funny. One of the It's Dope Yo posts from the past was this camping gear company. And what they were doing is, I think they had these special thermos bottles or something for coffee. And they were, putting It's Dope Yo for, and their company got acquired by another camping company, I think GSI. So they haven't posted anything in a long time. So I figure, okay, well, you don't use it, you lose it, right? So anyway, so once again, fun times. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Especially I think Cornado, I think you were here the whole time. I don't feel like I'm talking to myself the whole time. So thank you so much. Thank you for all your support. Really appreciate it. And if you want to hang out with me tomorrow, I'll be working on the VW bus on Twitch. And then Monday, I'll also be on Twitch doing some more mocks. In fact, I probably will, if I'm not working on the Tricky Bricks Brickhead assignment, I might do the mouse as a mosaic at that one. If it's dope, let them know, yo. That's right. That's right, because it's dope, yo. Yeah, that's been a lot of fun doing that. And oh, the other kind of pseudo announcement I have is that I have been revamping some of the cartoon characters that I had back in 2017. So they may be appearing at a live stream near you. So we'll see how that goes. I have to really brush up on my After Effects and my Photoshop skills and Illustrator and all these other things. But now they have some of these new tools like Toon Boom, Harmony. They have Animate, that is all part of the Adobe Creative Package. So there's a lot of things that are out there now. Character Animator, which I kind of used a little bit, and that one's really cool because you can map your face to a cartoon character. So when you raise your eyebrows, the character raises its eyebrows. So I'm going to be experimenting some more with cartoon characters in the coming months. And I'm hopeful if I can, you know, reboot this, that'll be a lot of fun to add to the stream too. So anyway, thanks again, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow on Twitch. Same time. I always stream at 9 p.m. Eastern time. It just works out better. It's after the day's over. I don't get a lot of interruptions, and people seem to, at least the night owls, hang out at that time. So I'll be on Twitch tomorrow. Feel free to come by 9 o'clock Pacific, and we'll see you around. So keep on building and stay inspired. Take care, guys.